All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this YouTube channel. This is Make We Yarn. It's just a program where we shake tables and, give our reactions concerning different issues going on in the society, from politics to entertainment to sports to anything at all. Make we yarn. Make we just shake tables. You want to go?
Nobody won't die, but everybody won't go heaven. You see me? As you see me so, me I go yarn, me I go speak my mind, me I go yarn. Them things say we blind, make we yarn. Why are my people so poor? We can't take this no more. Me I go yarn.
Before we dive into the matter of today, you know what? Go and subscribe. Click the notification bell so that you can get notified anytime we drop a new content. So please go and subscribe. I am begging you in the name of God. I beg you. Make una go subscribe. All right, on today's edition, Dave Umahi, the Minister of Works, my former governor, is trending on social media. The Minister of Works had a chat with journalists on how to compensate those that are being affected by the Lagos Calabar coastal highways. And something happened. An Arise TV correspondent in the name of Laila Johnson asked a question, and if you see the girl, she fine well with better phone. She just stand up, Mr. Minister, concerning the IE&A, Minister say, what did happen? I beg me, I be village boy, I know the hear phone. She continues speaking. Minister got talk again, say, I beg, make una help me find interpreter. My governor, the village boy in him, came out. But before we delve into the conversation of today, I have here with me Joseph and Maribel. Yes,
it's a pleasure. Now make we yarn. I don't know this one when you start the program with phone. I don't know. The matter when they grand pass phone, I almost start out with phone.
Sometimes we go just the code mix. You understand what they happen now?
Okay. Joseph and Maribel deal with the Odogu, and we are here to talk matter as it hot as it happen.
Of course. My people that know my name again now, Nedu Mazio Dogo. We did right here, make we yarn. And before we continue, make we play the video.
Yes, you mentioned the ESIA is currently being carried out by...
Sister, I was raised in the village. Me, I'm not here for now.
Well,
so
sorry,
try to speak.
I can't help the way I speak. You mentioned that the ESIA was being carried out at the moment. The EIA Act of 1992...
I need interpreter.
Well, you have enough people next to you. The EIA Act of 1992 states that an EIA must be approved by the Federal Ministry of Environment before the commencement of any project.
No,
unless an exemption has been given.
It's not done so. There is preliminary approval. There is final approval.
Has an exemption been given? And if so, if you have the preliminary approval...
Exemption of what?
For the project to start without the final approval. If you have the preliminary approval, can this be shared?
We are following due process.
So can we have a copy of the preliminary approval?
It is federal government that gives the approval. It's not you.
So can we have a copy of the preliminary approval?
We have the approval.
And you can make that public to the media?
Everything in order.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and I don't see waiting play, and I don't see the video. The Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway now federal government project way amounts to 15 trillion naira. Whooping song. We be say if I get that 15 trillion naira, I feel create my own country. I feel create my own country. Now waiting the one use establish.
Now, they call it super highway.
Super.
Now super coastal road. Not many states where that road go follow through.
My brother. But before we enter the matter of the coastal highway, how you take see the scenario where to me na comedy.
Me, I they look beauty. That woman first of all.
Laila Johnson,
the presenter,
correspondent. Sincerely, Laila Johnson, she's a beautiful lady.
I of a truth, I love her charisma, her comportment all through the whole session.
Yeah,
she showed professionalism
exactly
all through. And I must give it to her. I've never seen Dave Umahi. Maybe because you're from Ebony State. I've never seen Dave Umahi in that light before.
No, you never seen
Bringing
that
out his, I don't know. I having to go through, I had to play and play. I had to watch. Is this day?
If you enter in apostle mode, start to quote Bible, they preach to convince you, you go shock. Say,
this man too not test and this I be act.
No. He's a deacon in his church.
Deacon in the church. And he understand the streets.
I will even mention the name, Christ Embassy. I dare him be deacon. Very active in church. Wow. But even inside politics, they active also. Active. So even this, for comedy aspect, nobody knows this man.
No, the man try. The man try. But the truth is this. The lady keep asking him. Maybe they ask him. EIA impact assessment, environmental impact assessment.
Mhm.
Now don't get Mr. Minister, you don't get the approval, so
Yes.
you can't boycott the question.
Well.
That's all I see. I'm also I'm a journalist, trained journalist too, and you can Google it. You can go online and
Joseph Emery is the name.
Yes,
Google it.
Yes, that's why I have to give it to her.
Mhm.
She did wonderfully well, not being bamboozled. If I use the word, stripping off her foot. Despite the reactions of Mr. Governor, she maintained her stand.
Yeah, Mr. Former Governor.
Yeah, Mr. Former Governor, and also now Minister of Works. That office is not an office for a child. It's well sacred, revered office for a minister to choose to follow that path. Thank God you saw the reactions of people on social media.
Exactly.
That is it.
A lot of reactions, and I won't go delve deep because a lot of people are saying that the minister wanted to shut her up, but it goes a long way to show that she is a professional at what she does, and she asked the right question. The EIA report, the environmental impact assessment report, that shows that those who are affected by the Lagos Calabar Coastal Road are being compensated well.
Yes.
Can it be made public? That's the question she asked.
And also locating, or the choice of location of that road at that very area of the metropolis.
Yeah.
Is it environmental friendly? Have it passed the necessary tests for it to be fixed at that very location of Lagos? I think that's the most important thing. And Mr. Minister chose to, I don't know, because I know Dave Umahi is a professional engineer.
Exactly.
He's not a kid in that industry. So having to see him trying to dodge the question was quite surprising.
So to Dave Umahi, the girl on beat and 1-0 with phoné.
He himself give him back.
Give him back.
Say, Laila,
the village boy.
Now me call you, come and interview me.
As she kept on asking, he kept on replying
with the same note.
And the answers he was giving was actually, it was not in tandem with the question.
Doesn't align.
Can it be made public?
He said something. He said maybe you will go replace it. He said we give the approval, more or less, like the federal government, and we can choose to say yes, we've seen the approval.
You have the preliminary approval. Can this be shared?
We are following due process.
So can we have a copy of the
It is federal government that
approval?
gives the approval. It's not you.
So can we have a copy of the preliminary approval?
We have the approval.
And you can make that public to the media?
Everything in order.
Okay, thank you.
But the lady kept asking, okay, is it in public domain? Can we have access to it?
I'm very sure the reason why she made mention of the fact that whether the report can be made
public yes.
is so that other engineers, other professionals can have a copy of it to actually assess it, to know the content, whether it has actually been vetted professionally by engineers and by those who can actually say, okay, this area is suitable for a road to pass through.
That's the truth. You know, there's some terrain, irrespective of whatever you choose to plant there. You know, you look at the topography of some places. The ground or this texture of the soil there is not worthy for heavy structure of that magnitude.
Exactly.
These are the things they look at.
Exactly.
They look out for. But to then waking up and say, no, we are going to sand field, do the necessary A, B, and C, abracadabra, to plant something that naturally shouldn't be.
Exactly. True.
So we are still expecting, let's hope and see, maybe we'll also do our own independent investigation to confirm what Honorable Minister said with regards to EIA.
Well, concerning that's on a lighter note. Concerning the project itself, there have been plenty reactions on this, based on whether or not waiting we need right now as a country. Insecurity did there, unemployment did there, many infrastructures no day. Okay, let us look at the road that leads from Lagos to Calabar itself. That's from Benin or to Enugu to Onitsha.
That road there.
It's an eyesore on its own. Why not focus the resources we want to put into the coastal road to that,
fixing that and making that place what is the word, durable, making
it motorable
for people to use. The truth is still this: the brain behind. To be candid, I'm not against we having alternative to the Benin Expressway. I'm not against it. It's a noble project, but having the government spend too much on that kind of project that can go into a PPP arrangement. When I mean PPP, public private partnership, we say, okay, big giants in the industry, big multinationals, come do this and we'll give you tax evasion. That's what I was expecting.
Sincerely,
now government spending resources of, thank God you mentioned it, of maybe a country or two countries combined for just a project.
I say
it's
15 trillion,
noble.
I will establish my own country.
It's not noble.
See, in this country at this point, the title of this program is Make We Yarn.
And with the advice to make you talk your own, I might add to your voice. But the truth is, to be candid, that money of a truth, it's humongous, it's huge. But another fear of Nigerians, which I also share, is the government can wake up tomorrow now and choose to abandon the project. And over 15 trillion will just go down the drain without accounting.
I mean, the major,
it's scary.
The main person affected by this project is the landmark resort man, Mr. Paul Owanebe. Sincerely, a project, not even a project, you can call it a business.
What they conglomerate.
$200 billion. Money from investors.
The money they make there, I don't know how many thousand staff they have, businesses.
How many people will lose their jobs and all that?
They've lost their jobs already.
Sincerely.
A good number of them are back to the streets, job hunting again.
We know Nigeria now. The compensation
you
can never be commensurate with what has been invested.
It can never be. It can never be. Some persons have even seen it as a tribal war, which if you go on social media, you'll see it. Some individuals are saying maybe it's because the owner of that multinational, that big business mogul, maybe it's because it's from the southeastern part of Nigeria. It's another discourse for another day, but the truth still remains. Looking at the initial plan of the road, that coastal road, there is the initial plan says it should go kind of straight, but all of a sudden the government choose to go through the landmark resort, which is a question that so many individuals want answers for. And I also share in the thought of 1001 demanding for answers. So that very reason for the diversion, plus or minus, Nigeria, people keep saying I've not confirmed, we can also go confirm how much money, how much tax landmark resort pays to government every year. Now, adding that to, why not we decide, we choose to, we'll do it to your maybe entrance plus, because I'm not an engineer, but a little idea, journalist, as a journalist, you should know this about almost everything. But at least we can say, we'll do it to maybe your borderline. Then we outsource it to you. You then do from so point to so point. I heard of a story not far away from what happened with company stayed in Lagos, a project of close to this kind of magnitude also. They chose to foot it. I don't know. One of the overhead bridges is also
close to their factory or so.
So things like this, provided the company is in good line or that there's no issue at all with government, because I'm still saying that I believe that there are more that meets the eye at the moment.
True.
I don't know, because I also got a press statement from the company that is a landmark, saying they've tried to interface with government countless times, different occasions, hoping that it's the conversation or the meeting yield positive result, only to wake up to hear that they've already started compensating and demolition portions of the landmark
Sincerely speaking,
which is not
our government needs to do better.
But no, we are hopeful. We don't want to start casting aspersions. Let's see what government is really planning for the Calabar Coastal Road.
Some are saying that the Coastal Road project, why is it not starting from Calabar? That's those that's Calabar axis. That's another question that those from that
giving
area
room for those in life, giving room for this very resort to maybe make more money pending the elapse or the closing of the project, because this project is designed to run for roughly 8 years. Jeez, that is the bitter truth. It's not a project of 4 years. It's
8 years.
It's a project that is designed to almost last the entire span of.
You know what is obtainable in Nigeria?
Yes.
Once a government leaves, it is possible that a project that is being handled by the previous government can and will be abandoned.
No, that's one thing. Those are corridors of power, or the political ecosystem in Nigeria is kind of lacking. Despite
there's no continuum.
Despite interacting with other divides and there's nations of the world, politics of the world, they choose to do things their own way. They can wake up now and say, since this ideology isn't mine, they jettison it, which isn't good enough.
Well, the root project also has its own benefit, actually, if you look at it from the positive angle. But as Nigeria stands today, we are not yet ready.
I don't know. I know you got the report too as
We are not yet
a
ready.
journalist too. You got the report where Dave Umahi did the plus and minus, saying motorists on that end or that choose to use that
You have
road
to pay to
will pay toll. And he gave it. He did the plus and minus, saying an average toll of is it 3,500 naira. Now do the calculation.
that's for small vehicles 1,500 and
Yes.
big vehicles 5,000 naira. So an
imagine.
average of
Of
3,000 naira.
3,500
So-
3,000 naira. Yes. Now imagine a commercial motorist or those that are into that choose to follow that road because the road will be the fastest route
Fastest,
to
yes.
south or maybe close to the southeastern part of Nigeria through Lagos. Then you go through and back. Who would be the one to pay that thing? Because no, that means you're paying twice.
Yes.
That's you're paying roughly 7,000 naira to just make use of that road.
How are you sure that it will only be
That's
one
another-
toll gate
that is it.
on that road
That's
from
another
Lagos to
question.
Calabar?
That's another question.
You might have it at different borders of
That's
the
another
states.
question. My brother, I just have to. I don't know. Thank God, I visited Asaba very recently. What my eyes saw. When we got to Ore, one day we got to Ore. It was as if we started another journey. Before we moved from point A to point B, less than how many meters checkpoints. I lost count of the number of checkpoints.
Now,
And each checkpoint you have to settle.
see, my brother, the settlement is not even the issue. Had it been okay, quite all right, we will settle the security forces there. What is the assurance that we are going to be safe and secure on the road? That is another big question.
That is
That is another big question.
That is it.
Sincerely speaking, if this road project scales through, will there be security architecture and apparatus put in place to ensure that there is safety of lives and properties?
Odogo, let's give the Honorable Minister that benefit of doubt because we can see the landmark project he embarked upon, initiated and executed in Ebonyi State.
Well,
So we can give him that benefit of doubt because nations of the world, infrastructure and the rest of it, technology have evolved over time. We don't really need to have people on the road. I don't know if you've seen where robotics, AI are into things, cameras everywhere,
True.
everything is. If they can give us that assurance that we'll have that on that road, where everyone will ply that road without fear and threat to life, then it's a welcome development.
Hey.
I sincerely reason with the government in that.
our government give us assurance. Like I said, that the song we will sing now be that too. On a serious note, we need to do more. As citizens, we need to keep on questioning the government, put fire for their bomb. Let them sit up to their responsibilities. That is why we are followers and they are our leaders. Sincerely speaking, for now, my own take on the project is that it is quite all right. It is good.
Okay.
It is. It's going to be very effective. But at this point in time, the resources that should be channeled to that project should have been channeled to other things, subsidizing the health sector, subsidizing education. In fact, let's even leave petrol.
Subsidize light.
Electricity is one thing. Subsidize
Let's just invest
education.
1 trillion naira on our poor
My
infrastructure.
brother.
Just 1
Subsidize
trillion.
education, subsidize electricity, subsidize health. These three things, and create a housing system that will be affordable and cheap for the common man. My brother, nobody will.
Nigerians are not asking for
Nobody
too
will
much.
remember that
They're not asking for too much.
the price of petrol
We
is
want
high.
to pay.
Nobody will remember.
You know, people are paying 1,000 plus per liter.
They
now,
don't care.
and
They
they're
just want to
not-
get
they
it.
just want
Don't hoard it. They don't care.
Hoard.
Sincerely speaking,
Just hope and pray that things.
it just goes a long way to show that the government know the right thing to do.
Yes.
Oh, you do now. You come be like say, with they pushing out. You say you can do it, and we put you in the position of power. I'm going to work. Work now. It is well if we keep on talking and shouting about this country till tomorrow. Fella, shout. Don't so they carry and put inside prison. Only God knows it then drum.
Well, we get the Freedom of Information Act. That is our own security, maybe our insurance, and we have God. No people keep saying, "What we do." They say pray. You say they pray for Nigeria. Americans they say, "God bless America." So they pray for Nigeria. God bless
Sincerely.
Nigeria. I am hopeful. I'm believing that things will get better in our time. Yes, I'm hopeful and believing. Yes.
Well, with the crop of youths and young ones we have these days, we just believe say everything one day. Even if we wait there now, reach that kind 70, 80, of our eye to an extent. If we go try, God will help us where we see the glimpse of change. We're going to pray for. Sincerely speaking. Well, this is where we draw the curtains on the first episode of Make We Yarn. Like I talked earlier, if you yarn, you die. If you know yarn, you die. So make we kuku yarn. But now, if like say we go rephrase them, if we yarn, we leave. Because Freedom of Information Act don't day.
If
we know yarn, we still leave.
But
so in all, we
because
continue to dey live.
Your freedom now that person's you know where everybody gets their own
level. Where your own end. Where another person start.
Don't go abuse them, I beg.
All right, till we meet again, make una don't forget, I beg, make una subscribe to this channel. It is Synergy TV, and the name of the program is Make We Yarn. Subsequently, other programs go start to come up. It's just a, you know, it's
just a teaser.
Sincerely speaking. The first one we dropped is Tips and Reels, where we do movie reviews and all that. But this is Make We Yarn, where we shake tables, talk about differences that happen for our country and our society. Thank you so much. My name remains Nedru Okorie. Mazio Dogo right here. Peace out.
All right. I still remain Joseph Imeribe, and thank you for having me on the platform this great day.
Nobody won't die, but everybody won't go heaven. You see me, as you see me so, me I go yarn, me I go speak my mind, me I go yarn. Them things say we blind, make we yarn. Why are my people so poor? We can't take this no more. Me I go yarn.